Rundown.
So let's go live to Sydney, Australia, where Davis Fang is awaiting us. Or is he? Because no, I'm delighted to say he's in London.
Oh my God.
How exciting.
That is such a plot twist, isn't it?
It is. Welcome to London.
Thank you.
And what do you make of it?
Well, I feel like I've brought the weather to London because the weather's been absolutely amazing, as we all know. Sydney's miserable at the moment, so it's amazing to have a 30-degree day today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. Well, I'd like to say we have it all the time, don't we, Claire?
Well, we do. Can't you see our tans? We woke up like this.
Yeah.
Quite marvellous, I must say.
Yeah, well, welcome. It's absolutely brilliant to see you. I'm sad that Dr. Rennie isn't here because obviously she normally rolls her eyes at this, but she absolutely hates technology. So what have you got for us today?
Well, as we all know, this week was WWDC, which is Apple's big developer
Do we know
conference.
that? No, we don't all know that.
I feel
Do you
like
know that?
WW sounds
At
like
this
a
point-
boxing wrestling match.
So what is that? What is that?
Is that Jindy?
So typically it's quite a boring event where Apple announces their new operating systems like for your iPhone or your Mac, but this year it's quite chock full of the most amazing announcements you've ever heard.
Like what?
Let's just go through them quickly. For example,
You're worse than Renee.
firstly there's Mac OS Sonoma, so that's a new operating system for your Mac, so now you can put widgets on it, which is very exciting.
widget?
I'm
So,
sure.
whoa,
What's a
slow
widget?
down.
What's a widget?
So, well, we'll come to that. So this is for Mac.
For your Mac,
This is
yes.
a new. You have to. We're slow. So this is a new operating system.
Yes.
We need
It's a
rebooting.
new
We do.
It's a new operating system for your Mac, and now you can put widgets on your desktop.
So do you want to explain to Claire what a widget is?
A widget is sort of like, you've got them on your iPhone now, so you can sort of, you've got your weather widget over here, so you can see your weather.
So it's
stuff
not
like
an app?
that. Well, it's like a mini app, but on your home screen. Well, if you are interested in widgets, the Apple Watch now has them as well. That's the other big
Hang on,
announcement.
you clear what a widget is.
Oh, it's an app.
It's like a mini app on your home screen.
A mini app on a home screen.
So if you go,
So I tell you what then. Right, I've got that one. Okay, you've got my folder. Are widgets folders?
Not quite. I can show you after the show.
this is not a personalised
Sorry,
tech
okay,
bar. Okay, so why is this operating system important?
It's important because obviously there's a new operating system every year. It's a little bit of a minor release. I wouldn't say it's that important, but widgets have been a long time coming onto Macs.
So just in terms of this, though, there is a lot of chatter about when you have a new operating system, it slows down the running of your current computer. Is that true?
That can be the case because obviously the demand of a newer operating system and its newer features are greater every year, and older Macs are actually losing support as well. I think older than 2017, you can't download the new operating system.
So I find this with some of the older machines I have. They just then are so slow. Then you get the wheel of death, which
Yes.
means
Yeah.
But
it
That
doesn't do
settings,
anything.
that kind of like clock in,
That can
mechanism
happen.
inside of a clock.
Yeah.
It goes right, you just think, well, that's it. It's done now.
There were a million other announcements as
Okay,
well, of
what else?
course. We've got new Macs as well. So there's a new MacBook Air 15. Not very exciting, but just a slightly bigger MacBook Air.
More expensive.
Actually, a lot cheaper than the MacBook Pros that we might be familiar with. So if you want a bigger laptop, that's one for you. And also, we've got a new operating system for your iPhone, obviously. This is going to be very exciting for most people, I'm sure.
Not for mine, because I've got an iPhone 7, I think.
Oh gosh, no! You can just stop listening
gosh.
now. Like, what are you even doing here?
Davis is Davis is horrified.
Absolutely horrified.
Horrified.
So
hang on a minute. Just in terms of this, why is this important?
it's important because this is the operating system that everyone is going to get on their phones. I think over 50% of Britons have an iPhone these days.
Do they really?
Yes,
How many, what percentage?
over
50%.
50%.
Yeah.
And so we get new features like the journaling app that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. It's like a journal, but on your iPhone. You get new autocorrect. So when you like...
A new autocorrect?
Yes. Like when you're typing
You
a
don't
message.
even know what that is.
I do know what autocorrect is.
I'm sure you're both familiar when you're typing a message to your friend and you just want to say a word that you can't say on TV, and then it corrects it to,
Yes, to duck. Yes.
I ducking hate you.
Yes.
Well, now it will learn that you love the F word, and you won't
Is
say
that
any
right?
ducks anymore, I'm afraid.
Is that
that's
right? Really? Wow.
And-
is that technology? Is that progress? I'm not sure.
That's manners.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
right. What
And
else have you got?
The biggest announcement, I'm sure that we all know, is the Apple Vision Pro, which is their brand new headset, VR and AR, which makes it a mixed reality headset, and it's quite it's caused a little bit of a stir. Have you guys heard of it?
Yes.
You haven't? It's been all over the news.
I have. Now, now this is... So this is interesting. So we're seeing pictures now of this headset. So it looks like it's a pair of goggles, if you ask me. So why? What? So it's not cheap, though, is it?
Definitely not cheap. In fact, when they announced the price and the release date as well, Apple's stock price dropped by 3.2%, which is quite significant. It's for like $1 trillion company.
Well, let's just look at these images on the screen now. So obviously we're seeing.
Yes.
So the idea is you put this headset on, right, and now those you can see apps, Claire.
Widgets.
Right? No, they're apps.
Right.
You will get some widgets, I'm sure.
And does it move with your eyes? Do you move
It
it with your...
does. So, firstly, it's three and a
Scary.
It's $3,500, so it's a lot of money. It's coming out early next year, but they've totally recreated a user interface that's specifically made for this headset. So if you want to click on something, for instance, all you do is look at the object and then you pinch with your fingers. So you'll be doing a lot of pinching in the future. Apparently, it works really well. And
How does it know that you're pinching with your fingers?
So it's got cameras literally everywhere.
That's scary.
It is quite scary. A lot of people are saying it's a terrifying
It is,
device.
and it's so insular. It's only for you
That's
with
true.
that headset.
So just sorry, I've got very confused now. So if I'm wearing these, do I then see what I'm seeing anyway, and this is superimposed upon it?
So it's a mixed reality headset, so you can see almost anything. You could totally block out everything like a VR headset, but you can also it's got cameras, so you see your environment and it just superimposes whatever you want to see on top of it. And then if you are in the full blacked out VR mode and someone walks into your scene, they will actually appear in your scene, like next to the film or whatever you're watching. So that's the transformative aspect of this device. It mixes reality with the virtual world.
Gosh.
So does that mean everyone's going to start walking around in these things?
That's the idea, but maybe not at first, because it's only got 2 hours of battery life, just 2 hours. And the battery, it goes down. You've got a cable leading from the device down into your pocket. So it's
That's key now.
It's not very,
Portable. It's not very portable. It's quite cumbersome.
Yes.
How big's the battery?
The battery, I'm not exactly sure what the specifications are, but it's roughly the size of your phone. So you just pop it in your pocket like so. You can swap it out throughout the day. You can put it into mains, but it's just not that elegant a solution. But the technology is insane.
Yeah, right. Now the problem is, if you've got a cool $3,500 to splash around, would you buy this? Because we know that if you're an early adopter, you often get, you're a guinea pig.
Yes. I don't know if we recall, 10 years ago, the Apple Watch first came out. The first generation was awful, but it was
That's
very...
what I've got.
I don't have one.
It was very exciting technology. It just feels exciting to be at the forefront of technology. It's not perfect. Most people probably won't get it, but it's... I'd say it's love or hate. Yeah, at least you can't say it's not boring.
No. So just in terms of the predictions of sort of uptake, what are they predicting?
Yeah, so I think with Apple, we're quite, we know that, they sell 20 million iPhones every launch weekend or so. With this, it's going to be less successful. They're predicting around 1 million units to begin with.
Right.
I'd say that's pretty good for a VR, like a reality headset, because Meta's Oculus devices, they only sell in the small thousands. So this is going to be quite transformative for that particular market.
And so there's a lot riding on this. Apple hasn't released one, have they, before? No. So that's what I was reading, that this is a huge event for Apple, because they've been waiting to get the technology right, I guess.
Yes. What Apple typically does is that they wait for other people to sort of
break the market.
Precisely, and they watch people struggle. They learn from the competitors, and they just come in with a massive launch that transforms the market, because they've got billions and billions of dollars to work with R&D that other smaller companies is
So,
going
so if you
hard.
don't like Apple and you have an Android phone or an Android, or you're more prone to having Android, so is there anything similar?
No, it sort of stands in its own in this market right now. But since it's supposed to replace a Mac, your phone, your watch, even.
Oh, I see. It replaces.
Like the ultimate vision is that you don't have any other device but this headset.
So then you
I
can't
wonder how
switch
you
off
can
work.
type, but I wonder how you
Yeah,
can
how do you
type as
type?
well.
Oh, okay, so you can either use a physical keyboard, you can still use a mouse and keyboard, it just appears in your vision, or you can
in your
type
vision?
in the air.
So how do you
that.
feel about that? Because
I feel
people
very
wandering
uneasy
around.
about
Do you?
it.
Why?
Because of the insularity of it, and I think I'm much more of a people person, and I love people getting together, and I think it's really, really important. And we've had the evidence from the working from home; it affects people's mental health. I don't think things like this, and the crossover between virtual and reality, I think it's scary. I think it's very, very scary.
I'm
and it's
with-
not that I'm afraid of technology. I'm not afraid of advancements at all.
But also, if you watch actually the people who are glued to their phones, for example, spend the whole time doing
yeah.
this, then obviously the headset. I mean, it's interesting. It's ethically interesting. But thank you so much. Really good to
It's
see
been a
you.
real pleasure.
Are you here in London for long or UK
For
long?
a few more weeks.
Oh, weeks? Golly. Wow. Fantastic. Well, lovely to see you. Thank you very much indeed.
you.
That was Davis Fang there with today's Tech Rundown. Let's take a break now, shall we? After the break, Claire, what are we doing?
Are we doing gin?
We're doing gin. Yeah, this is Talk TV.